This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more.
Hoot hoot, it's Harry Potter and the Boys Outpost Edition! Hello amores everyone, welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. This is an Outpost edition, and I did actually put together a new intro for Outpost. That's just, upping the production standards of 2023 of this podcast, which is continuing to grow, and we love seeing all the growth and we love hearing all your feedback, which is why you should send in an owl like the people on today's show. radiomikepod@gmail.com is if you want to email. You can also go to my website, radiomike.com.au/contact, send something in there. I mean, it all goes to the same email address anyway, so whichever way you want to do it, or just shoot me a DM on Insta at radio.mike, or the Harry Potter and the Boys Insta at HPATBpod. Guys, hope you enjoyed the podcast being back. I certainly loved having it back. And me and Sam definitely said we felt a bit rusty after that first one because we hadn't recorded for a while, but good to get back into it, and I hope you enjoy where the story is going. Now, I can confirm that we are, in fact, getting towards the end of the book now. There is not too much longer in book 2, so fear not. Things should hopefully come to either a disappointing or good ending sometime soon, and I hope for all of you it's not disappointing, but I don't know. Did want to just say, of course, I plugged on the main pod that you can now support this show on its own Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. It's a long one, remember it. And I know some of you have supported me on my Radio Mike Patreon. I just thought it would be good to have a space for this show on Patreon. If you didn't want to support Radio Mike, which the Patreon benefits there are predominantly based around my other podcast, 20th Century Boy, and I realize some of you might not listen to that, so I've created one for Harry Potter and the Boys. Full video versions of the pod are up there, and that'll be the only place you can see full video versions. And I think it could be a fun thing to sit down and watch the show, because look, I think some of the reactions and some of the stuff me and Sam do on the video, it's a shame they don't get seen. So that's why I wanted to set something up. But I used to put full videos up on a YouTube channel for this, but yeah, that'll be moving forward the model for videos. And I'd love for you to, if you just want to, with mates, sit down on the couch or make dinner and watch this on YouTube, or, whatever you want, jump on the Patreon. And it also just, it goes a long way to helping support the show. Sam is super flat out with his actual job at the moment, so I'm eternally grateful for him for doing it. And it's just a way, one, it costs money to host this podcast online. Like all podcasts, it just costs money to host the data somewhere. So you have to pay someone and to serve it out to all the podcast apps as well. So yeah, that will be a huge help. And if you like the show and want to support it, that's the best way to support it at the moment. Of course, as well, the live show, 4th of Feb, that is coming up very, very soon. I'm extremely nervous about it. I've never done anything live in front of an audience before. We've sold a bunch of tickets, which is, of course, very, very exciting. I can't wait to see you all there. And I can't wait to hopefully chat to you all. A few people have messaged me saying, hey, I want to come to the show, but I don't have anyone to come with and I'm a bit shy. To those people, I'd honestly just recommend just come along. I promise you it will be super chill, super fun. We'll interact with you guys a bit, but not if you don't want to. You can sit out in the back row in the shadows and just enjoy the show with your eyes closed and not talk to anyone if that's what you'd prefer. But yeah, radiomike.com.au/tickets for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Me and Sam are both really, really excited about it. So yeah, I hope you guys, if you're in Melbourne, grab a ticket. If you're not in Melbourne, also grab a ticket. If you're if you are not from Melbourne and you are flying down, or you want to fly down to Melbourne, I assume just from anywhere else in Australia, I will send me a message and I will arrange tickets for you. Because I know there are 2 listeners who have done that. They are flying down from Brisbane, which I can't believe people are flying down from another city, getting on a plane specifically to see this show, which that also puts a lot of high expectations on the show. Look, guys, I can't guarantee this night is going to change your life. I think you might laugh a bit, but then we don't know. Maybe this podcast doesn't translate well into a live audience and it just ends up being a shit night for everyone. That's the fear on my mind, to be honest. That's me being like, we got to cancel this thing. We got to cancel it. No one's coming. But no, we have sold a bunch of tickets, so it is an exciting time for the show. I'm really, really excited. And then you're running out of time. Grab a ticket. If you're considering coming, just come. Bring a friend. I don't care. Well, I do care. Come. Anyway, let's get into some of the owls. Some of these are left over from last year that I didn't get to, and would appreciate a bunch more owls. You know, if you listen to the pod every week, I'd love for people to just send in, like, here's a template for you. Hey, Mike, loved the episode. Favorite moment? This. Most laugh out loud moment? This. Most funny chit chat moment? This. And then here's what I think's going to happen next. All of that, I would love to have much more owls in 2023. Please send them in. You can also send in a voice message. Just go into my Insta DMs, record yourself talking. I can get it off there and put it in the podcast. Even if you just have any questions about Harry Potter in general, or anything really that you want me to discuss, please shoot me a message. I would love, love, love to speak to you about it. All right, first one comes into friend of the show, Christina Khan from the USA, who is the host of the Restricted Section podcast, which I was a guest on in the past, and I'm hoping to do another episode of very, very soon. She says, "Hi, Mike. I hope you're doing well these days and enjoying your summer. It's freezing rain here today, so I'm jealous. I have had a really nice summer, Christina. Of course, in Australia, we celebrate summer. We have summer. Talking about it like it's Christmas. We have summer in December, January, February. But if you don't know this about Melbourne, Melbourne is renowned for being the city that has 4 seasons in one day. So, you know, one summer it'll be 40 degrees Celsius, which is, I think, you know, around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Really, really hot, blasting the air conditioner, too hot to go outside. Next day, it'll be bucketing rain. You can't go outside. It's cold. And then the next day, maybe it'll be overcast and really, really humid. And then the next day, it'll be hot again. It sucks, but I've had a nice summer. I've caught out on Harry Potter and the Boys, and I just have to say, wow, honestly, and I'm a book editor, mind you, really not too shabby for Year 7 writing. This shit is so fucking funny and creative. I've always felt like I was the funniest in Year 7, but personally, but you were clever as hell. I think a lot of you think this because you're not actually seeing much of the actual copy. Like, you're not seeing how it's written. There are lots of spelling errors, grammatical and syntax errors that you guys don't see. Sometimes we mention them, but sometimes if we're in a groove, we'll just skip past them and sort of just not acknowledge them. But it is pretty pathetic in my opinion. She goes on, have you ever seen A Very Potter Musical? It stars Darren Criss and it's quite funny. Okay. For years, because it's been around for years, people have been telling me you've got to watch A Very Potter Musical. It's since I was at high school, people have been watching it. I've never seen it. I don't know why I haven't watched it. I need to sit down and actually watch it. Maybe I'll do that and do a review of it on the show. So no, I haven't seen it. She goes on, actually one of the spin-offs of that is a radio show called A Very Potter Christmas, in which an adult Harry tells the story of one time when James went to student court to argue that all 4 Ghostbusters are Gryffindors. I listened to this while binging HPATB and could not separate the 2 Harrys in my head. Should you wish to give it a listen, you'll see what I mean. She then links it. I will check that out as well. That sounds great. Anyway, I know you're about to break for holidays, but please let me know if I can be a guest on the show. I'd be honoured to come read some of your throwback writing at you. Yes, that's another thing I was going to say. So Sam and me, just for the ease of the podcast for now, Sam and me are going to do it. I think maybe in 3 or 4 weeks' time, I'll start getting some more guests on. Of course, we love Sam, but just sometimes to have other voices on the show and other perspectives and stuff is really fun as well. And I think Sam also deserves a break. Part of me kind of wants Sam and me to finish book 2 because we've been part of it so much. But yeah, I will try to get a break, and Christina will absolutely be welcome on the show. Going on, I'd also love to get you back on the restricted section this spring. Sorry, guys, this is more like a personal admin thing between me and Christina. I'm thinking it might be cool for you to come on for Snape's worst memory. I love that chapter. I really want to do it. That's the one where Harry goes into Snape's pensieve and watches James bully him. Yeah. I thought it would be cute as the chapter is kind of literally Harry Potter and the boys. That's not till early March. Awesome. Thanks for all the laughs, Mike. I can't wait to do that, Christina. Let's tee it up. All right. This one comes in from Maya S. Thank you, Maya. Hello. I'm very sorry if I sent this to the wrong place. I'm only on chapter 24, but this podcast is the only thing keeping me sane through the very fun Siberian cold wave, or whatever it's called in fancy weather terms, hitting BC Canada right now. What is BC? Oh, British Columbia. My geography is terrible. Oh, cool. Canadian listener. Welcome, Maya. I've only been listening for a week or so, but I'm determined to catch up, and it's not like I can go for a walk instead, considering the weather reached its peak temperature today, and it's only -8 degrees Celsius. -8 degrees. Here I am complaining about like a 10-degree day in Melbourne. -8. I don't get that. If you walk outside in a -8 degree day and like spit, does the spit just freeze instantly? Might be a stupid question. Let us know, Maya. Email back. Send in another owl. Anyway, and then she goes, and -8 degrees Celsius and very humid, and I am a weak bitch, her words, when it comes to the cold. Anyways, this is a very overcomplicated way of saying I really like it. Good job to your child self. Chapter 24 is a fever dream, and I feel like I've entered into a bizarre Australian time capsule. I'm assuming she's on season 1, so I'll just check what, as in book 1, sorry. I'll just check what season 1's, book 1's chapter 24 was. Chapter 24 of that was the chapter with no subject, just to fill some pages. Okay, I don't even know what happened in that book, but in that chapter, whatever. Awesome. The line, said everyone in the book, as well as all of the other people reading the book currently, reader participation required, made me feel more emotions than any book in the Harry Potter series. Not good emotions, mind you, but emotions. If you want a fun fact to make up for this essay or of an email, I love these long emails, Maya. Please send more. As a once self-proclaimed big fan of Harry Potter, I read all 7 books in like 6 days. I was a bit insane at age 11. I often would browse the Harry Potter wiki and Pottermore for more bits of content. My least favorite thing I found is the sheer amount of inbreeding J.K. Rowling decided to put into the story, like European royal level family levels of inbreeding. The Weasley kids, Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy, are all like third cousins. This isn't an immediate problem until you remember Harry marries Ginny. Scorpius, Malfoy's son, apparently gets with Ron's kid. I think there's implications that there's a same-sex sort of attraction between Harry's son and Malfoy's son in The Cursed Child, and various other sort of related couples. The Black family canonically went a bit crazy with their cousins back in the day, so now all of the wizard families are related, and I'm genuinely curious how none of them have like hypodontia or web toes or something. JK, nobody forced you to do this. From Moo. She's signed off as Moo. Her email is Maya. Thank you so much, Maya. Love that email. Short one here from Addie G. Thank you for the owl, Addie. Hello, I have just now started your podcast, Harry Potter and the Boys, and I love it already. I've listened to the first 2 episodes and I've enjoyed them incredibly. Thank you very much, Addie. And one lovely email/owl from Simone Wall, who simply just emailed me with a subject line saying, just checking in, on the 9th of January, and it said, just a reminder that you are awesome and not a disgrace to all wizards. XX. Very, very, very nice of you. Thank you very much. Got a great one from an Instagram page called Therapist Memes for Drama Queens. They sent me a message saying, I just wanted to say your podcast and page crack me up so much. It's a crime you don't have more followers on Instagram for it. Instagram at HPATB pod, there are daily Harry Potter memes going up. So if you want a bit of that, jump on to the Instagram page because we do deserve way more followers, all right? We bloody deserve it, okay? Scott Izzard from the UK. This is in relation to one of last year's episodes towards the end of the year. He says, wow, great beatboxing on today's ep. I did break into some beatboxing on one ep. And then he said, love when someone licks the side of the dick to increase the pleasurable. Hilarious ep. Literally been laughing out loud on this train for the whole ep. Great. Love that. Thank you very much. Next owl came in from Oren. Loved the last year for the season. And the fake ending was perfect, unintentional timing, much like many jokes in this book, because the last chapter from last year had a fake out ending for the show. For the longest time, I used to think all fan fiction was just people writing imaginary sex scenes into other people's stories. So I'm glad this teenage thought of mine finally proved true again 20 years later. Yeah, I mean, for a while it was looking like maybe Harry Potter and the Boys wasn't that, but it certainly has become that. Thank you very, very much, Oren, for your email. Last owl was a delightful owl to receive. And it came in from Jaimie Johnson, who actually runs a HP-based Instagram page called My Magical Memoirs, which is very, very cool. And this is I really like this. Hi, Mike. New listener here. Firstly, love the pod. The story is a thrill a minute and can't wait to see where it goes. She then refers back to an early episode of the first book where Jack Post played a song on the show. She says, secondly, I heard Jack Post's excellent Harry Potter song and your call out for other songs, so I'm throwing my hat in the ring. I wrote this during lockdown after teaching myself a few chords on the ukulele. It's a bit of a one-hit wonder situation. Haven't written a song since, out of laziness or pressure to follow little column A, little column B. It's kind of a satirical children's song from the point of view of Luna Lovegood if she was pretty ochre. I don't pretend to have a Jack Post level of comedic turn of phrase, but it has some pretty zany rhymes, if I do say so myself. Please enjoy the part where I forgot I was meant to be pretending to whistle. I can't whistle. Also recommend watching with subtitles on because the sound isn't great and there's a lot of words. Anyway, it's called Don't Let the Wrackspurts Get You Down. So the audio is fine, and I've decided to end this owl post with Jaimie's really funny and fun song. it is on her YouTube channel, which is My Magical Memoirs. If you want to see the video, she is dressed as Luna Lovegood. It is, and you, Jaimie, you actually look quite a bit like Luna Lovegood now that I think about it. Like you look very, very similar to Luna Lovegood. So I'm sure you have definitely heard that before. But yeah, the cosplay is very good. And the ukulele playing is great as well. I'm going to leave it there. As I said, I'll end with the song. Once again, I know I'm slogging it a bit, but please come along to the live show. Please follow the Instagram and the TikTok. Clips are coming back. Patreon videos up there, and really looking forward to the last few chapters of Harry Potter and the Team Wizard Tournament. And of course, I want all of you listening right now to send in an owl. I do not want no owls, guys. My balcony here is ripe for perching. So if you've got an owl, send it in. No, seriously, if you like the show, I'd love to hear from you. Audio messages, even if you have a song like Jaimie, please send it in, guys. It really helps me, just hear from who's listening to the show. I think it's amazing that we have lots of listeners in Australia, but this show has really started to kind of expand beyond Melbourne, and it's now kind of, as you heard, like Canada, USA, the UK, and I'm sure many other countries as well. So yeah, please jump on board. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you are. Let me know what you like. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so without further ado, this is Don't Let the Wrackspurts Get You Down by Jaimie Johnson, aka My Magical Memoirs. Take it away.
When I was just a wee young thing, my thoughts would start a muddling. I couldn't tell my right from my left. My dad said, Luna, don't deflate, I'll help you get your head on straight. That fuzziness is Wrackspurts in your head. Don't let the Wrackspurts get you down. Don't let those buzzy fuzzies give you a frown. Pack away your fears, the bugs between your ears will leave you be as soon as that frown is upside down. Don't let the Wrackspurts get you fought. The cure for your confusion can be easily taught. Those things inside your thinker will go poof as soon as you think a positively, absolutely positive thought. Don't worry, you're not going insane. Let this dizzy little ditty settle your pain. For if you're feeling fuzzy, you probably have a buzzy wuzzy Wrackspurt in your brain. So don't let the Wrackspurts get you down. Just think of your favorite Christmas tree gown. Put happy thoughts in your calculator. Wrackspurts, see you later. Don't let the Wrackspurts get you down. My spectra specs can easily check for cheeky specks above your neck. Just listen to the story I'm telling. It's no good stomping and yelling. You really needn't worry, it's just a little flurry of 40 naughty Wrackspurts buzzing round in your melon. So don't let the Wrackspurts get you down. Don't let those pesky pisties jiggle your crown. No need to moan and cry when you're just as sane as I am. Don't let the Wrackspurts get you down. Don't let the Wrackspurts get you. If you've ever wondered if you've been cheekily confounded, when you've lost all your shoes, then the most obvious conclusion, if your head's a foggin', you've got Wrackspurts in your noggin. So don't let the Wrackspurts get you down, you really shouldn't. Don't let the Wrackspurts get you down, go have some pudding. Don't let the Wrackspurts get you down.
This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.